Well, Carl, why don't we start with you? What play or musical are you talking about today?
Today I'm talking about the Present Laughter by Noel Coward. This is the Andrew Scott version that was recently broadcast on National Theatre Live. So that was either 2020 or the 2019 season. It is a comedy that was written in 1942 by Noel Coward, he's very witty, urbane. He's got these very kind of highbrow comedies that companies still really love to put on today because they're a lot of fun. They're kind of period pieces, but they're very, very funny as well. And Andrew Scott leads this ensemble cast about a character named Gary Essendon, who was an actor. And of course, we love stories about actors. They're our favorite thing. Who's just entered his 40s and basically is refusing to grow up. So his cast around him are trying to encourage him to sort of accept middle age gracefully, which he absolutely refuses to. He's absolutely just a young boy who refuses to do anything but what exactly he wants to do. And it's all about his trials and tribulations as an actor and managing his friend circle, which is currently imploding.
It sounds really cool. I've never seen Present Laughter. Was it done in Newcastle recently, or is it going to be done?
By the Newcastle Theatre Company in November, December.
Right, of last year.
That's right.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so what's made you pick that play? Like, you've seen a lot of theatre. I did give you the option to pick anything you've ever seen. So what drew you to that, to sort of review today?
Well, I've seen, like you said, I've seen a lot of theatre. I've seen over 300 shows in the last 5 years. So there has been plenty to choose from. But what I really enjoy about theatre is when I'm very surprised. And I've done a Noel Coward in the past. I did a show called Private Lives in 2012. And I found the writing to be very nice, but I kind of found it a little bit of an artifact, if you know what I mean. Like, it's very much of a time. So I didn't really see how it sort of translated to an audience today. But then I saw this version of Present Laughter, which I'd never seen before. I had no idea what the plot was about. And the performances and the comedy was so vibrant and enthusiastic and lively that it was indistinguishable from what I would see from something today. Like, it was current again in a way that I hadn't seen Noel Coward before. And Andrew Scott's performance, and Indira Varma plays his wife. They both received Olivier Awards recently for their performances.
Andrew Scott, I'm just trying to put a face to the name. He's the guy he's like Sexy Priest in Fleabag.
Sexy Priest in Fleabag. He plays Moriarty in Sherlock. He appears in bit parts in all sorts of feature films. He hasn't kind of cracked that market yet. He was in 1917.
I was just thinking that.
But everyone was
all
in
the
that.
Sexy British actors just showing up.
All the dudes with weird chins.
Oh, yeah. That's every British man.
You've got to keep going.
Keep going. Run across the fields.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a gun with no bullets and a turkey.
Now run into that guy, but then get back up because this is a one shot. We're doing it.
Oh, you messed it up. We have to start the whole film again.
Start the war again. World War II.
So you've highlighted a bunch of, I guess, highlights.
Yeah.
Of the show. Was there anything that kind of like deducted from that for you?
Like very much being a piece from the 1940s, it does kind of lean into some sort of farcical elements that are a bit well worn. I'd say at worst, it's a familiar type of comedy in some areas, and of course, I always find length to be a very decisive factor in whether or not I enjoy a show. For some reason, when it gets to about 2 hours, I'm just like, well, if I like this, I'm going to watch it forever or I'm out.
It's a millennial attention span.
Well, and that's the thing. See, I watched Angels in America, the National Theatre Live version, and that's 8 hours. And I sat there rapt. I was thrilled. If it's good, I'll watch it forever. Yeah. And so this show was about, I'd say, 2 hours, 45 minutes, which is for just your average punter might be a bit much to ask.
I don't think I could sit through that unless it was really, really good.
But that's the thing. I didn't think I could either, but I was absolutely rapt. The staging, the ensemble cast, and the way it looked was just absolutely thrilling. And the momentum kept up for that long. You didn't even realize it was almost 3 hours.
So what's something that you learned? Because this is obviously a professional production. It's different to like an amateur or non-professional production here or locally. So what's, from watching that, what's a lesson that you have taken away that you could use for your own stagecraft, I guess?
I think that particularly as an actor myself, I tend to think inwards about my performance, what I'm doing on stage, how that's contributing to the cast. But I think ensemble performances, and that's something that I always try and improve upon, because it's not just taking your own performance into consideration, it's taking all the cast members around you and seeing that you all have the same vision. And when you do, a script can absolutely sing. But it's when maybe you're not necessarily doing the same thing as your fellow actor that things can become out of sync, and audiences can sense that, I think.
Yeah.
And so I think, obviously, on a professional level, they usually don't have this problem. But I think this is a particularly good example of everyone finding the same tone and sort of making that whole production sing.
It's great. Okay. I did ask you for a low light, but you kind of turned it into a highlight, which is a real talent of yours.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Just taking things that are just generally bad and turning them to good things, like your outfit.
That's a great thing you said, James. You're very smart and clever. I appreciate you in all sorts of elements.
Thanks, buddy. I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, cool. Well, let's do a letter grade today. I think each episode we're going to do a different grading system so that anyone who's in a show that we review can't compare it to a previous show.
Yeah.
So today, let's go American. Let's go like your American style grading system.
All right.
A+, B-.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's go raid the Capitol. Sorry. Sorry, they definitely don't talk like that.
That was almost a Jack Nicholson, by the way.
Yeah, well,
let's go raid the Capitol.
I forgot to take my cat piss pills today.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen that movie. Anyway.
I don't even know what movie you're referencing.
I don't know.
That was as good as it gets, right?
Yeah. No, it was
Helen Hunt.
Batman.
I forgot to take my cat piss pills.
You know the bucket list? It was bucket list. Oh no, I forgot to pack my bucket. Anyway.
How will I make this list?
How would you grade this performance, like this play?
Well, No Student Left Behind. I'm going to give it at least a C, but no, it's getting an A. I know there's an A plus. I'm going to hold off of that,
sure,
because there's always going to be something
that's better. What could bump it up to an A plus for you? What's something that could have happened in the show where you were like, that's an A plus, that blew me away? You can't get better than that. Andrew Scott, come on.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It focuses so much on Andrew Scott's characters. I feel like if we could have got a little bit more from some of the supporting cast, like they're used effectively, but they weren't sort of celebrated as much as that singular performance was, which I understand. But I think that's the difference between an A and an A plus. So I'll give it an A.
I love that. Well, thank you, Carl, and thank you for Present Laughter. We'll do a very
goodbye
clap. No, you can stay.
I'm leaving.
Please stay. Carl.
I'm back.
He's back. Great. All right, let's just go around the table.